Hello, welcome to the video. My name is Lee and I've been playing Dead by Daylight for almost 2 years, that being in August. But let me get to my main point. I do not like the idea of Jason coming to Dead by Daylight. In this video I'll be explaining my reasoning for why I don't want him in the game. It's nothing personal, it's just like my honest perspective in it, and I'll get to that explanation. Number 1. He doesn't deserve the 10-year anniversary spot. Now, before you guys crucify me for my opinion, let me explain. I respect Jason as a killer. I really do. He's one of the best to ever do it. But behavior really at one point made me think, at least, that the Grimoire was going to be the 10-year anniversary killer. Now, while I know it takes a long time to perfect everything about a killer, it was really hyped up like it would be the 10-year anniversary killer. Also, Jason is legendary. He's been at the top for years. When you think of horror, you think of him. Or slasher, you can think of paranormal beings when you think of horror, but when you think about a slasher, you're thinking Jason or Myers. You don't think of anyone else, really. That, first person to come to mind is Jason. I do respect the idea of Jason coming into the game, but I just don't think that he deserves that spot when there was already so much in line for us. Like I said, I know it takes time to perfect a killer, but Behavior said that they were going to make us vote for the 10-year anniversary killer. That seems like it's saying that the Grimoire will be the next killer. Now, I don't mind that it isn't. I really don't. But I just don't think that Jason deserves that spot. Now, let's get to my number 2 reasoning. Gameplay versus looks. When it comes to survivors in Dead by Daylight, everyone looks pretty different, and they all play the same, and that's how it's supposed to work for Survivor. A 1v4 with the 4 survivors doing the same tasks. Yes, even you, Sable, don't hide in corners all game. I'm tired of having a bad rep for being a P70 Sable main when I can actually loop the killer and do generates. Apologies. Anyway, killers look different for the most part. And they all have different abilities. It is way too late for another version of Trapper. Maybe if Jason was added 2 years after Dead by Daylight was made, then it would be a different story. It would be better mechanics, as it wasn't as crazy. For example, Kersu being this crazy lady that can transform into organs. It's just too late for Jason to be added, and he needs to be done perfectly. Listen, gameplay is stronger than looks when it comes to killers. Looks is stronger when it comes to survivors because every survivor has the same premise. You can't just add Jason with a weak ability. This is a big collab we're talking about right now. One of the biggest. Number 3. Average behavior updates. Yes, I'm talking to you, Behavior. Behavior seems to always add bugs with every killer that can ruin a chapter. For example, let's bring up the Walking Dead chapter. I mean, there was legit a poll. Love you, Jim. I really love you, Jim. I miss you. There was a poll that was just in the offering screen. There were so many bugs to the point that was so game-breaking. They can mess this up so badly. It's so easy for them to do. And I don't want them to mess up Jason because I feel like Jason is the biggest that we'll ever see. Higher than Slenderman, higher than Pennywise, higher than Myers when he was added. And they can also mess up Jason to the point that it doesn't even fit the character anymore. Such as Michael Myers. He's already seen this treatment where his power doesn't match him at all unless you use a certain add-on, which is unfair because now Michael Myers looks so much different than what he actually is. Number 4, the reveal for Jason. Now, this isn't a point, this is more of just a topic. I wanted to bring this up just because it's something that kind of needs to be talked about. The reveal for Jason was just terrible, and I'm saying this for every single killer, and I mean it. I'm not saying this just because it was Jason. Even if it was Slenderman or Pennywise, which I was hoping for more of Slenderman, I'd say the same exact thing. This reveal was one of the worst things we've ever had in Dead by Daylight. Having your fan base that's waited 10 years for a killer, watching just a cabin for 13 hours, getting excited over fires in the background and making memes about the cabin being the killer, it just made it so amusing when we found out it was Jason. There was a point where I was able to convince a good amount of people that I was the killer because of how tired we were. Now, this all was just jokes. I'm sure no one actually thought I was killer, but it's still kind of the point that it was so entertaining where we kind of had a premise that I was killer. I mean, we had perks set up. We had things set up about how I would have been a killer just because of how bored we were, just waiting for the next hour to pop up. And sometimes we wouldn't even get a post. Sometimes we would barely get any reveal. It would be like a little bird chirp or something else. This reveal just made me unexcited for the killer. Half of the people that I seen were either 1, sleeping when the killer came out, or 2, so unamused when he actually got revealed because of how long it took alone for him to be seen. Number 5, this is just a Trapper rework. I don't like saying that. I really don't. But the thing is, Trapper was kind of inspired off of Jason. I mean, let's look at their similarities. They both have played spirit traps before. They both hold something similar to a machete or a machete. They have a good amount of strength, brutal strength being the perk that helps Trapper get that strength. And they're pretty invincible. You could use the example for enduring on this. I mean, you don't have to, because every killer in Dead by Daylight is technically invincible, just in the realm. So, there's just too many similarities in my eyes. I feel like, sure, there is the teleport mechanic, where it's kind of like where a survivor's in one spot, then next thing you know, Jason's in that spot, and then it's the same thing back and forth. But honestly, it just doesn't seem right to do that. It seems kind of like a weird game mechanic. I mean, there's so many teleport abilities, it just seems like the Trapper is kind of just too similar to Jason. I really do want to see what they can do for Jason to make him a little different from Trapper, because right now it just seems like they're a little too similar. And I hate saying that because I love every aspect about this game pretty much, besides the bugs, but that's a given. I want to see Trapper and Jason be different. I want Jason to strive. I feel like he can if it's done properly. I don't have the notation on how to do it, but Behavior is the only one that does. And I really hope that they do it right, because I don't want to see the same thing with Myers, where he's just different from his original character. That just seems a little weird to me. And I hope that they can do it in a way that doesn't make it like that. But those are all of my reasonings for why I think Jason shouldn't be added into the game. I'll of course be making a follow-up video later on after Jason comes out for my later thoughts and see if I disagree with my message that I've made today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video or at least tolerated this one. Wait, what was that? Something about a sponsor? Oh, that's right, the sponsor. Raid Shadow Legend. I'm just joking. My friend asked me if I could do that. I'm sorry. But what I was saying, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, or at least tolerate the video. I know this one is kind of controversial. And also, if you want to join the community, join the Discord server linked in the description. And if you want to see some DBD or other games live, go to the Twitch that's also linked in the description. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later in the next video. See you soon.